Viṣṇātuvāgītam Kāranam Śankyochitā Atah sarve javatanta Divivāyāti vokasah Maitreya vacha Nishamya atmavāgītam Kāranam Śankyochitā Atah sarve javatanta Divivāyāti vokasah Maitreya vacha. It says Maitreya said. Nishamya. Upon hearing. Atmabhava. Lord Brahma. Gitam. Explanation. Karanam. The cause. Shankaya. From fear. Ujitaha. Free. Tataha. Then. Sarve. All. Yavatanta. Return. Divivaya. To the heavenly planets. Diva Okasaha. The demigods who inhabit the higher planets. Translation purport by Jagadguru Śrīla Prabhupada. Śrī Maitreya said, the demigods, the inhabitants of the higher planets, were freed from all fear upon hearing the cause of the darkness explained by Brahmā, who was born from Viṣṇu. Thus, they all returned to their respective planets. Please repeat the translation. Śrī Maitreya said, the demigods, the inhabitants of the higher planets, were free from all fear because of the darkness explained by Brahmā, who was born from Viṣṇu. Thus, they all returned to their respective planets. Purport by Śrīla Prabhupada. The demigods who are denizens of higher planets are also very much afraid of incidents such as the universes becoming dark, and so they consulted Brahmā. This indicates that the quality of fear exists for every living entity in the material world. The four principal activities of material existence are eating, sleeping, fearing and mating. The fear element exists also in the demigods. On every planet, even in the higher planetary systems, including the moon and the sun, as well as on this earth, the same principles of animal life exist. Otherwise, why are the demigods are also afraid of the darkness? The difference between the demigods and ordinary human beings is that demigods approach authority, whereas the inhabitants of this earth defy authority. If people would only approach the authority, then every adverse condition in this universe could be rectified. Arjuna was also disturbed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, but he approached the authority. Krishna and his problem solved. The conclusion instruction of this incident is that we may be disturbed by some material condition, but if we approach the authority who can actually explain the matter, then our problem is solved. The demigods approached Brahmā for the meaning of the disturbance, and after hearing from him, they were satisfied and returned home peacefully. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaurabhaktarunda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here we understand the response of the demigods and the entire situation. Maitreya has come back to the narration, what happened. The last verses we saw Lord Brahma explaining the situation, why it has become darkness. And the solution he said was, don't take any action. Lord is there to protect you. He will handle the situation. This was the conclusion given. So after hearing that conclusion, what did demigods do is the response in this verse. Maitreya vacha, Maitreya is saying, Nishamya atma bhuva gitam. Nishamya, after hearing, atma bhuvaha. So one who has taken birth or self without any mother, like Ayonija, like who took birth from Lord Viṣṇu, atma bhuvaha. Lord Brahma. Gitam, what was spoken by Lord Brahma. Karanam shankayojitaha. The cause for which of the entire darkness, Karanam. Shankaya ujitaha. Shankaya means their fear. Ujitaha means they became free from all fear. Then, tatas sarve nyavartanta. Then all of them returned to their respective places. Nyavartanta. Tridivaya divokashaha. The inhabitants of the higher planets went to their respective places after hearing from Lord Brahma and becoming fearless and peaceful. So the demigods, the inhabitants of the higher planets, Divaukashaha, were freed from all fear. Shankayojita. Upon hearing the cause of the darkness explained by Lord Brahma, Nishamya Karanam Atma Bhuva Gitam. Thus they all returned to their respective planets. Tatas sarve navartanta tridivaya. In the purport, there is a point which describes a difference between the earthly planets and the heavenly planets, the mentality of the people here. The difference between the demigods and ordinary human beings is that the demigods approach authority, whereas the inhabitants of the earth defy authority. Whenever there is a problem, you see all the circumstances in entire Bhagavatam and anywhere, they approach Brahma. Even Brahma could not answer them, they approach Viṣṇu. Many stories we see, they all had gone to Viṣṇu and Viṣṇu had given them a solution. So they have this respect for authority and they have faith in the authority. In the material world, first thing is we defy authority. We take ourselves as the authority. We don't consult people of experience in that subject. The conclusive instruction of this incident is that we may be disturbed by some material condition, but we approach the authority who can actually explain the matter, then our problem is solved. This is a simple principle. Sometimes what happens in this material world, we identify with the problem. And when we identify with the problem appears like a big mountain in front of us. But actually when we disassociate with the problem, we go a little far away. That problem was like a small stone. Because of the consciousness of too much identification with the problem, we are not able to identify what is the problem, then what is the root cause, then what will be the solution. When we go to the authority, they will be able to explain to you the reality of the situation. Then the solution appears to be very feasible. So this is what is happening here. Demigods, they had complete faith in Lord Brahma, who is an authority, who is a great devotee. So when they approached Brahma, Brahma explained them the entire scenario. What caused the incident? The root cause was explained, the problem was identified, the solution was also communicated. So that's how system happens. So how to become fearless in this material world is the point here. After hearing Bhagavad Gita, what was Arjuna's response? When Krishna said, Sarva dharman parityatya, mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. This is the final conclusion of Krishna's instructions. So he is saying completely surrender. Sarva dharman parityatya. Whatever dharma you are thinking, this family dharma, elders dharma, mano dharma, rajya dharma, all these things forget aside. Sarva dharman parityatya, give up everything. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Surrender unto me alone. Aham tvam sarva papebhya. I will cleanse you of all sinful reaction. Moksha ishyami. I will liberate you. Ma suchaha. Do not fear. Or do not doubt about this perspective. So when you come to Krishna, you get a solution. And you become fearless in this material world. So similarly in the Bhagavatam also, while explaining about what is dharma and perspective, in the 6th canto about Ajamila's interaction, there it says, Sadrinchinno hi ayam loke pantakshemo akuto bayaha shushilaha sadavo yatra narayana parayana. Devotees. This is explained about Narayana parayana. Those who are completely devoted to Narayana, that is yatra sadavaha, the path followed by pure devotees, sadavaha, who are shushilaha, who are well behaved, and Narayana parayanaha, who are endowed with best qualifications. Means absolutely very pure devotees there. Narayana parayanaha is Sadrinchinno hi kshema pantaha ayam loke. In this material world, this is the best auspicious path which was traversed by the devotees. What are their qualifications? They are Narayana parayanaha, they are shushilaha, then they are sadavaha. Then it is akuto bayaha, and that path is free from all fear, and it is authorized by the Shastras. So that's why it is said, approach authority for becoming fearless in this material world. Akuto bayaha. Akuto bayaha means to become fearless. Around many places this word has been used, akuto bayaha, in Bhagavatam. So similarly, Prahlad Maharaj also was the entire situation, you see. When Hiranyakashipu was killed, Hiranyakashipu was terrorizing everyone. All the demigods were very fearful. When Hiranyakashipu raised his eyebrows, even the demigods feared, just by raising up his eyebrows. Means you can understand how the situation existed. Narasimha came, finished him off. The anger of Narasimha, you see. The demigods tried to pacify him. One entire chapter they offered prayers. Various personalities, various capacities, they offered prayers to Narasimha. But Narasimha was never satisfied. That anger continued. Even Lakshmi Devi they persuaded. My dear mother, your husband, you know him better. You try to pacify him. Even Lakshmi became fearful. She said, I have never seen this Ugra Rupa. I have seen him only as silent personality. Always simply sleeping, and I am massaging his feet. That's it, I know him. I don't know him, this Ugra Rupa. Even she was thinking, is he my husband? Means he had never seen that personality, that fierce form. She became very fearful. She hesitated even to approach. At that time, Prahlad Maharaj, Brahmā pushed him. You go forward. Lord appeared for your purpose, you pacify him. Only you can do this. So what was Prahlad Maharaj's first prayer? Which is that first verse? Brahmādayo suragana munayota siddha satvaikatana gatayo vachasam pravahai naraditam puraganer adunapi pipruhu kintoshtati harisame harivugrajat. When Brahmādaya, when great personalities like Brahmā, Adayaha, demigods, Rishis, Siddhas and various personalities, when they offered prayers, when you are not satisfied, how I am one who has taken birth in this Asura family can satisfy you? So, like Prahlad Maharaj, he was very fearless. When he did not bother for his father only, when father tried to kill him only, he never was bothered. And Lord, for him, he was seeing him as like all blissful personality. In one of his prayers, he was requesting the Lord. What is he saying? Tadyachya manyum asurasya hatvasya yadya. Modeta sadhura purishika sarpahatya. Lokasya nivritimita pratiyanti sarve rupam narsimha vibhayaya janasmaranti. So why do we pray to Narasimha? There's a logic here. When do we pray to Narasimha? That's the point here. Tadyachya manyum asurasya hatvasya yadya. You give up your anger. Manyum. Tadyachya. Manyum. Your anger, please give it up. Asuraha cha hataha tvaya adya. By you today, tvaya adya hataha asuraha. The demon, Asura, has been killed today by you. Please give up that anger. Modeta sadhura pirishika sarpahatya. Even the sadhus, they take pleasure. Modeta means to take pleasure. In what? Sarpahatya. Vrishika sarpahatya. When a scorpion or a snake is killed, even sadhus become happy. Why? They don't like to kill any living entity. They are the friend of all living entities. But how do sadhus take pleasure when a snake is killed or a scorpion is killed? These are the two most envious living entities. They bite without a reason. They create harm to other living entities without a reason. You go on the way, somewhere snake will come and bite you and go. No reason. You have not done anything to it. That's why when these most envious living entities are killed, the devotees take pleasure. It's in sadhurapu. Modeta sadhurapi vrishika sarpahatya. Lokascha nivritim ita pratiyanti sarve rupam narsimha vibhaya janasmaranti. Now all the worlds have attained greatest satisfaction. Lokascha nivritim ita pratiyanti sarve. Because of the death of this demon Hiranyakashipu, the entire world is celebrating. They are enjoying. Rupam nirsimha vibhayaya janasmaranti. Your auspicious incarnation is in order to become free from fear. So when do people worship Narasimha? When you remember Narasimha, you become free from fear itself. The power of the capacity of the holy name of the Lord. Just when you are very fearful, in a situation, desperate situation, pray to Narasimha. So similarly, in Uddhava Gita, Krishna also explains to Uddhava about various personalities and the system also, same system he says. Satsangena hi daiteya yarudana murgah kagaha gandharva apsaraso nagaha siddhasharana guhyakaha vidyadara manushyesu vaishyaha shudra striyo antyaja rajastamas prakritayah tasmin yuge yuge bahavo mat padam praptas twastra kayadhava adayah vrishaparva balirbhano mayaschata vibhishanah sigrivo hanuman riksho gajo gruddo vanikpatah vyadaha kubja vraje gopyo yajnapatnyas tathapare. Krishna is explaining about various personalities. Tasmin yuge yuge. Jai Shri Radha Govinda ki. In each and every yuga, tasmin yuge yuge, bahavo rajas tamah prakritayah. Many living entities who are entangled in these modes of passion and ignorance, rajas tamah prakritayah, satsangena hi, have attained my association. What are the examples of this? There are Daiteya, Yatudana, Mruga, Kagaha. There were Daityas, Rakshasas, birds, beasts, then Gandharva, Apsarasa, Nagaha, Siddhaha, Charanaha, Guhyakaha, Vidyadaraha, Manusheshu. These are all among other living entities higher to human plants. Then among Manusheshu, Vaishyaha, Shudraha, Striyaha, Antyajaha. Even categories of lower living entities, lower human beings. Then Antyajaha. Then Matpadam Praptaha. They all achieved my abode. Matsangena Matpadam Praptaha. They have attained my association and they have attained my abode. For example, who are the personalities? Tvastra. Who is this Tvastra? Vritrasura. He is an asura, but a great devotee. Then Kayadayaha. Kayadayaha, son of Kayadu, Prahlad Maharaj. Then Vrishaparvaha. Then Vrishaparva, Bali, Bana, Maya, Vibhishana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan, Gajendra, Jatayu, Tuladara, Dharmavyada, Kubja, the gopis in Vrindavan, the wives of the Brahmanas who are performing this sacrifice, all of them are examples of this perspective. Are they considered any celebrated personalities in socially? They are all demoniac or lower categories of species. Vritrasura, he is an asura. Bali, he is also in the asura family. So then Gajendra is an elephant. Then Vibhishana, he is also from the asura family. Maya, Banasura, they are all from the asura family. Then Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan, Gajendra, Jatayu, they are from the animals family. Then Tuladara, Dharmavyada, they are from the, one is from a Vaishya family, other one is a hunter. Then Kubja, she like a woman, hunchbacked woman. Gopis of Vrindavan, then the wives of the Brahmanas. So they are all attained that highest position. How? How it is possible? In the explained. The Asuras and the Yatudanas, they are known as Danavas, they are known as Daiteyas, sons of Diti. So Tvashra or Vritrasura, even though in his previous life he was a great personality, because he has been cursed, he had to attain this demoniac life. But in his past life, he had the association of whom and all? He had the association. He had the association of Narada Muni. He had Chitraketu. Whom did he associate with? Angiras Muni. Who were the two Munis who came to Chitraketu's house? Angira and Narada Muni. Then because of their association, he was able to have association of Lord Sankarsana in 7 days. See, achieved highest perspective, that because of association of authority. The dire situation, what was the dire situation? Chitraketu. He was supposed to be, according to his karma, he was supposed to be without child, male child. How many people, how many wives did he marry? What was Bhagavatam count? 1 million. 1 million wives. But no son, no child. So he was having all the opulences. He was the emperor. But still, because of no child, he was feeling dissatisfied. It was something incomplete. So Angira Muni approached him. And he said, why are you feeling sorrow? He said, I have everything, but I don't have a son. He said, you are not destined to have a son in this life. He said, if you say like that, what can I do? You are a great personality, you can do something. Angira blessed him that you will have a son, but he will be the cause of your happiness, he will be the cause of your distress. See, whenever there is a problem, you should understand what is the intricacies in that problem. He never explained or he never asked what does that mean. He thought, okay, I may not have a good son, I will have some bad son. The cause of happiness is I will have a son, but he may not be a good son. He will be a bad son. He said, at least having a son is better. Of a blind son or no son, better is blind son. He thought like that. He assumed understanding. So the first wife, she became pregnant. His whole attention was unto the first wife. They had a child. The entire kingdom celebrated. Everybody very happy, except few people. Who are that few people? That 9,999,000 people, wives, who felt they are ignored. They all became envious. So much so that very soon they administered poison and killed that one baby. Then again he started crying. The entire kingdom started crying. This time Angira came with Narada Muni. He said, why are you crying now? He said, I had that one son and he also passed away. He said, this is what I said to you. That you will have a son, but he will not survive for a long time. He will be the cause of your happiness, he will be the cause of your distress. And he explained, who is this son and why are you crying now? He said, this son was your enemy in your previous life. And what is the purpose of enemy? To torture you, to make you cry. So in this life, he took birth as your son, died very early, so that the entire life you will cry for him. So sometimes it is said, శత్రువులు ఎక్కడో లేరు ఇంట్లో ఉన్నారంటే ఎవరో కాదు ఒకప్పుడు ఏదో జన్మలో ఏదో చేస్తుంటాం. All those people will take birth. When this person is killing the opposite person, at the moment of death, what you are seeing and dying? You are seeing that opposite person and dying, no? You are thinking of revenge, of how to revenge him. So because of excessive contemplation, yam yam vapi smaram bhavam, you took birth in their family and you created a torture for them by dying early. So understand sometimes the scenario, why things happen. It could be this one of the reasons. It could be one of the reasons. So like that, every personality you took, Bali Maharaj, he had the association of Prahlada, Narada. And Prahlad Maharaj, he had the association of Narada Muni. Then Banasura, whose association did he had? Banasura had the association of Bali. He became a great devotee of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva protected him. Then Maya was supposed to be killed in that forest fire. He came and took shelter of Arjuna. Then immediately Sudarshan Chakra stopped. Then Vibhishana, he had the association of Lord Ramachandra, Hanuman, all great personalities. Then Hanuman, he had the association of Lord Ramachandra. Sugriva, he had the association of Lord Ramachandra. Then Raksha, Gajendra, Jambavan, they all had, Jambavan had the association of Lord Ramachandra, Gajendra had the association of Viṣṇu. Then Jatayu, he had the association of Lord Ramachandra. He had the association of Dasrath Maharaj and all great souls. He was a great associate of Garuda also. Then the Tuladhara, who was explained in Mahabharata, he had the association of Jajili Muni. The Dharma, Vyadaha, so Kubja, she had the association of Narada Muni in her previous life. So she could get Krishna's association. Then the gopis of Vrindavan, they had the association of great sages, blessings from great sages. Even the Yajna Patnis, simply by hearing about Krishna Leela from the people who used to come and serve in their Yajna Kutir, because for them cleaning is to happen. The Vrajavasis ladies used to come and clean in their houses. When they were coming and cleaning, they were glorifying Krishna's activities. Simply by hearing Krishna's activities, they had association of Krishna. And so much so that the Krishna physically met them, accepted their offerings. The whole point is association with the great personalities. Then further Krishna says, Te nadita shrutigana nopasita mahatmaha mahattamaha avrata atapta tapasaha matsangan mam upagataha. Te nadita shrutigana. The persons I have mentioned did not undergo either serious study of Vedic literature. Which literature did Gajendra study or Hanuman study or any Vedic literature? None of these animals have studied any Vedic literature. None of the women or the people have studied any Vedic literature. They are not proficient. Na te na adita shrutigana na upasita mahattamaha. Nor did they worship any great saintly persons. Avrata atapta tapasaha. Nor did they execute any severe austerities or vows. What they did was, Matsangan Mamupagataha. Simply by associating with me and my devotees, they achieved me. Simply by association, Krishna is saying. My association or my devotees' association. Tasmatvam Uddhavo Shrujya Chodanam Pratichodanam Pravrittimcha Nivrittimcha Srotavyam Shrutam Evacha Mamekam Eva Sharanam Atmanam Sarvadehinam Yahi Sarvatma Bhavena Maya Swahi Akuto Vayaha. Again Krishna is saying, Tasmat, therefore, Tvam Uddhava, O my dear Uddhava, Ushridya Chodanam, abandon all Vedic mantras. Pratichodanam, all supplementary Vedic mantras. Then, Pravrittimcha, Nivrittimcha, all positive and negative injunctions. And Shrotavyam, Shrutasya Mevacha, disregard all that has been heard, all that has to be heard. Then, what is he saying? Mamekam eva sharanam. Sarvadharman parityatya. Mamekam eva sharanam. Simply surrender unto me. Then, Atmanam sarvadehinam. I am that super soul who is spread in all living entities. Then, Yahi sarvatma bhavena. Take shelter of me. Sarva atma bhavena. Wholeheartedly. Complete shelter. Atma bhavena. Then, Maya swahi akuto bayaha, and by my grace you will become free from all fear in all circumstances. So for this one small logic they explain. So in a forest there was a lion and there was an elephant. The lion had nothing to fear except crowing of a cock. Whenever a cock would crow, there was like a fear instilled suddenly within lion. It used to shake. So one day he confessed his fear to an elephant, and the elephant started laughing, saying, "You are the king of a forest, and one small hen, and it is saying kukuroko, and you are crying here. Then how can the crowing of a cock hurt you?" He asked the lion. Think about it. Just then, a small mosquito was loitering around elephant. Then elephant became very restless. It started moving its trunk here and there, here and there, here and there. Then lion started laughing. "What are you doing?" He said, "This mosquito, if it enters my nostrils, even I become very disturbed." He said, "Mosquito is this much, elephant is this much. You are such a huge animal and you are fearing for a small mosquito. So fear you don't know unless you are there in their shoes." I may say, "Why are you very fearful?" Or you don't know what is their circumstances, what they are going through. For that small mosquito is very dangerous for an elephant. So now how to come out of it is now the solution is. So there was a great king, a great devotee by name Madhukara, a king of Orcha. This is in Madhya Pradesh. There is a very special temple of Lord Ramachandra in his palace. So he is such a great devotee. He is like Madhukara, means a bee which goes everywhere to collect the honey. He had the association of the all great personalities of his time. All the good qualities of the devotees existed in him. So he never considered any person by their bodily birthright or anything, either by their caste or their family lineage or the bad qualities or the superiority or the inferiority complexes and all. He never bothered. If there are good qualities, he used to associate with them with that good qualities perspective only. He simply respected Vaishnava qualities and culture. He used to very much adhere to Vaishnava traditions. He had great love for the Supreme Lord and his devotees. If anyone wearing a kantimala and tilak would come before him, he would wash their feet and drink their Sharanamrit. So once some envious persons bought a donkey decorated with tilaka and kantimala in front of the king. And he started offering prayers to the donkey. And he said, such a great day it is today. A donkey who has become a Vaishnava. How rare it is. A Dumbo animal. Donkey is considered as Dumbo. When you scold somebody acting like a Dumbo, you say Gadida. Dumbo. Even a Dumbo animal became a Vaishnava means he was saying such a great personality you might be. Who had become a great devotee. He started washing its feet. He drank that water. He said, today my life is auspicious. He is seeing only the Vaishnava because it is dressed with Kantimala and Tilaka. Because of his sincerity, even the people who have sent that donkey, they became ashamed. They fell down at the feet of the king and they begged forgiveness. We have acted a drama for you. But still, out of your humility, you saw the Vaishnava perspective there. And because of his sincerity, they became devotees. For that Vaishnava respect. He was also a great warrior and a pious ruler. Even Akbar made friendship with him. He did not want to fight with him because of his great warrior. So one day when Akbar had called him for a meeting, he saw him decorated with Vaishnava Tilaka and all these things and all. Next day he announced in the assembly that nobody should come to his assembly with wearing Tilaka. All the other Hindu rulers, they avoided their Tilaka, no Kantimala, no Vaishnava attire. But he said, nothing bothering. Madhukara went with his Tilaka with more Vaishnava dress, everything and all, he went to the kingdom. Then here, after seeing that only Madhukara was with the entire Tilak and all these things and all, then Akbar, he asked him, what was the order? He said, Tilaka. Why did you not follow the order? He said, you are not my king. My Lord Krishna is my king. I am his order carrier. Like that, he started glorifying about a Vaishnava perspective. He became so fearless. Then all the other Hindu kings who were all lying there, they became inspired. Then they thought, we are all emperor, what he can do? So they all inspired, and from that day, next day onwards, everybody started wearing Tilaka. And king was also very much appreciative. You should respect your culture. Just because somebody is forcing you, you need not do that. So one day, Madhukara went to an ancient temple of the Lord in the locality and he started performing kirtan there. So he used to go every day. One day, because of his royal duties, he could not go on time. The temple got closed. Because the temple got closed, he went behind the temple and he started doing kirtan. He was so engrossed in the time of that kirtana, the Lord, who was very affectionate towards his devotees, appeared there and joined the king in his chanting and dancing. Then even the great demigods, they became very much satisfied and they showered Pushpa Vrishti, Suvarna Pushpa Vrishti, golden flowers. Where Lord became so merciful by his chanting and dancing, Lord came personally and he was singing and dancing, and the Lord was also singing and dancing. Even today, any person becomes that king in that family, they are first shown that golden flowers to show that you should be of that standard. You should be able to inspire the Lord, you should be able to take blessings from the Lord. And his wife, he is a great devotee of Lord Krishna, and wife is a great devotee of Lord Ramachandra. So one day he said to his wife, please come to Vrindavan, let us go, spend some time there, 1 month time there. Now wife said, no, I am very much interested to go to Ayodhya. So word of difference came. The king became little angry and he scolded the wife, if you are so much attached, next time when you are coming back, come back with Lord Ramachandra, don't come back alone. If you are so great, so serious. So wife also, she became very challenging spirit. Why I am less? So she went to Ayodhya. For 1 month, continuous month, she stayed there. And she was desperately praying to Lord Ramachandra, please come, please come. After 1 month, there was no response. So in the dead of the night, she thought, there is no point of me going back. Because if I go back, it will be my word has been lost, that you are not able to reciprocate. Because Krishna reciprocated to him. And you have not reciprocated to me, he will treat me insignificant. Then she went to the Sarayu River at the dead of the night, and she was about to commit suicide. She entered the waters to commit suicide. But suddenly she saw she was on the lap of Lord Ramachandra. Then immediately she got up, she became very happy, she paid obeisances, she started offering prayers. Then Lord said, what benediction do you want? She said, you have to come with me to Orsha. Said, I'll come, but on 3 conditions. 1, I will travel only on Pushyami Nakshatra, along with great sages and Brahmanas. 2, I'll be the king of the kingdom, your husband will not be the king. 3, the first place where you keep me, that will be my temple. I will not move from that. So, the things have been accepted. See, first Lord is coming, first less things she forgot. First she thought Lord is coming, that's it. Then they started walking. Only on Pushyami Nakshatra they walk. Means once in 28 days. So from Ayodhya to come to Madhya Pradesh, Orsha, it almost took 8 months and odd. Because once in 27 days or 28 days only you are traveling. So king also heard that Lord Ramachandra is coming. So he immediately built a huge temple. And he was also waiting for the Lord to be installed. But queen, when she reached the palace, she did not greet the king or anything. King was waiting to receive, but she did not meet him. She directly went to her palace, went to her bed and sat down on the bed. And as soon as she went to the palace, her palace, and she thought tomorrow morning will be the installation, tomorrow morning I will take the deity to the temple which is built for the Lord to be established. She forgot that the third reason. What did Lord say? The first place where you place me will be my temple. And she forgot, and she placed the Lord there, and next day morning she was trying to move, the Lord was not moving. Finally, the temple which has been built for the Lord became separate, and the palace which was built for the queen became the temple of the Lord. Even today, he is called Rajaram. Means the king of Orsha. He is the king there. And it is said that daytime worship happens in Ayodhya, nighttime worship happens in Orsha. Because daytime he stays in Ayodhya, and after evening, the temple opens in the evening here. After 5:30, temple opens in the evening. And 5:30 to 11 o'clock or 10:30 is the temple opening time. Because the Lord spends the daytime there, sleeps nighttime here. See, the sincerity of the devotee. She prayed desperately. And because of her sincerity, because husband was also a great devotee, he was also a personality of Lord Krishna. Maybe the mood in which how do you reciprocate with the Lord is little different. But still, because of their sincerity, the Lord reciprocated to them. And very much so that Lord personally came to their place and he stayed there. And he became the king. Even today, the Lord Ramachandra is considered the king of Orsha. The next subsequent personalities are the kings and all. They were like subordinates. On his behalf, they were ruling the kingdom. So devotion element is there. Wherever devotion is there is no fear. This is what Lord Brahmā is saying. Just surrender to the situation, accept the blessings of the Lord, you'll become fearless in this material. So we'll stop here. Any questions or doubts? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंद।